Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Oh, hi. Oh, nice, Pat. Welcome. Hello, Deagle. Hello, Luna. Clayton. Loose Noodle. Patricia. Got Tim Wicked in here. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Okay, it's still a little bit warm, but we can go ahead and start. We, I went ahead and, baked it. Got it out of the oven, and now we're gonna be jumping right into sculpting the base of her tail and other kind of accessory bits that need to go onto her clothing. I should really make like a list here. Let's see. Let's make a list so we don't forget nothing. This doesn't sound like you at all. Look, I just don't want to make... Okay, so there's belts on the collar. Let's see here. I was given my first heat gun last month. Is it good for Sculpting or too low heat? You can bake with a heat gun, yeah. Wait, hold on. Back here. Okay, there's a pin on the right collar. Old lady, yeah, starting to make lists and stuff. What else is there? It's almost like something on the top of the shoulders, like metal plates. Metal plates. Top of the shoulder. Oh, the arm belts. We got it on one side, but not the other side. Arm belt. Right arm belts. Okay. It's almost like... It's kind of like pins. Hip rivets. What's the base going to be? Just something not too crazy. Just like a kind of just a slab of earth. Probably a little bit of like a rock formation. Yeah, just a slab of clay. Exactly. Oh, the heels. Heels. Maybe go towards like a ruinous setting, since she's got this Dante Inferno-esque-ness. And I don't know. Okay, hold on. Left arm. Oh yeah, I do have that. Okay. She does have there's like a chain that comes off of one of her off of her other arm. Your back goes out more than you do, huh? Party animal it is, huh? I don't think I'm missing anything else. Oh, some straps on the jacket. Jacket straps. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a decent chunk. It's like hanging from these parts right here. There's like two belts. So like it could close, I guess. It's the idea. And a nice soft room. All right. Okay. Give me a moment. Then we'll begin. I can see the kind of see the stuff there. Quite the heels. Hello, Kira. All right, let's attach this. I want to make sure we're in the right position here. Let's see here. There we go. There. I think that's pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, let's sculpting the rest here. A Dearborn, hey. Welcome, Raiders. Come on in. Thank you very much, Dearborn. Hey, thank you very much. How was your stream? Hey, nice. A market bag. Hey, sounds good. Thanks again. I appreciate it. We'll catch you later. Have a wonderful evening. Charlie plays guitars. Charlie plays guitars. Ah, man. That's ringing like a bell. It sounds very familiar. I probably have to see it. I probably have to see his stream. But hey, I appreciate it. Charlie plays guitars. That's an old. That's bringing some nostalgia. Based out, yeah, I recognize Charlie plays guitars. Three to 4 years. Okay. Is Charlie still streaming, or is he not streaming no more? He's not too busy road touring. Yeah. It's always sad. There's so many really talented musicians on Twitch that you just don't really. It's like the growth is such a hard thing to do nowadays on Twitch. You be coming into the scene with like the top talent and still have like a multi-year trudge just to get a small audience going, you know? It's just the nature of it right now. I need to see a picture of Charlie. It's killing me that I can't remember. Yes, okay. Needed to see his face again. There's Charlie. Good old Charlie. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad he's still producing music, still doing very well. Always always good to see. That's really what it's about, man. It's just about the continuation of the pursuit of doing something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy. You know, that if you can do that, that's a success, you know. Well, I appreciate you bringing some new folks over here. Mr. Tidola, how you doing, my friend? You trying to butter me up there, Tidola? Yeah, hey, thank you so much, man. Seriously, I know this is not the first time that you've been trying to pull strings to get people over here. I really appreciate that, man. Seriously, you're being a fantastic cnotbusch ambassador for the kingdom. Infiltrating communities. $T goes deep undercover, spends years in these channels till he becomes moderator status. Then very timely suggests we raid this streamer named cnotbusch when the stars align. Very casually. Not that undercover. Oh no, it's deep undercover. What got you into clay sculpture more than other facets of what we call art? I was drawn to it really early, actually. It was so my grandmother, she is a career children's librarian and an artist herself. She does traditional oil painting and watercolor. And she's just very good at seeing what we're into and what we're inspired by, and then providing resources to kind of back it up. So she used to take us all the time, probably like 2 or 3 times a year. We would go to the Art Institute downtown Chicago, which is just like the old art museum of downtown Chicago. We did the other museums too, but did the Art Institute quite a bit. This is me and all my siblings. So I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, so I'm one of 5. Second oldest of 5. Well, probably around the age of 10, my grandma started to realize I wanted to go see the sculptural works more than the paintings and all that stuff. So she probably was for Christmas or a birthday or something one year, bought me a book on sculpture. polymer clay. It's just a simple polymer clay tutorial book, like how to create different characters and such, and some starting material, and then yeah, I just kind of took it into my own hands and off I went. That was the real first time I like really learned and plunged down the rabbit hole of sculpture. So I was about 10. And I think ever since that point, I've always leaned more toward. I still did drawing and painting and all the other art forms, but I always leaned towards sculpture because I had these like bag of tricks that I had learned, that really were simple tricks that really made my work stand out, especially amongst my peers. And so it seemed like it was more of like, okay, this is, I'm, when everyone around you is saying you're naturally talented at something, especially when you're younger, you tend to believe them. So that kind of kept me going down that path, and I did. I really enjoy it. Really, at the core of it, it was just that I really enjoyed sculpture work. I even I never made the connection, but when I was younger, I used to collect. I also used to collect action figures, specifically these Spawn action figures made by Todd McFarlane, which, if you know them, you know how awesome and detailed they were. Like super awesome, cool, really like high-end collectibles, but they're sold at like an action figure price. They weren't super expensive, so it wasn't hard to get. Yeah, and I would basically anytime there was like a gifting season or time, I would always ask for either like a gift card to Toys R Us or something to go buy more of them. So, and really, what drew me to them, I always liked monsters, but it was also that these were really, really nice quality, detailed sculptures. So. Well, that's the thing is these Spawn action figures were not actually like traditional Spawn. I never actually had the traditional Spawn at all. I had probably my favorite one. There's like all these variations of Spawn that they did, Spawn and Spawn characters. And my favorite one was Medieval Spawn, which is literally like Spawn in the medieval ages with like a big two-handed sword and metal armor and stuff like that. It's so cool. I still have it somewhere around in the workshop, but what was the piece you made you go, crap, I'm actually good at this? Well, like I said, I learned techniques really young that when I got into a setting where I was sculpting alongside peers, my work did stand out from the very beginning because of that. So, but I don't think I was ever really super like confident in my. I think I stayed pretty humble with that. I have a lot to learn still, and that because I was looking at like people's work that were far beyond my own. Thinking thinking the same thing most people think probably now when they see my work, that there's just no way to attain this like level. You must have to have some sort of like special superpower you're born with to achieve such a level. But anyways, so if anything, that definitely always humbled me, even when I was doing well. There's always a bigger fish, and I was very aware of that. I'm not sure though. I'm not really sure if there ever really was a point where I
I was always very content and happy with the work I was doing, but I was also always on this quest of pursuit, and I still am. You know, this like, how can we make it better? And basically, it's just like a rabbit trail of like, you have these things that you're avoiding because you're not proficient with them. And then you find yourself in situations where you have to face them. And then after facing them, you find you start to overcome them. And then it's just like you overcome. Like I remember specifically there was certain aspects of just like human anatomy that I just couldn't get my head around, and it was super hard to understand. And I always hated sculpting those areas, but it was the fact that I didn't understand it and that I was not good at it that like drove me nuts, to the point where that I really like started to try to figure it out, you know, almost like a really difficult puzzle, you know. So the difficulty, it's like we don't like we don't like the difficulty, but at the same time we do like the challenge. If you can just view it that way, as like, this is a puzzle, a challenge that I can overcome, that's where you want to be. Because it's very easy to fall into, this is a challenge I cannot overcome, that I can't understand it and I can't do a good job. That's where you don't want to be. So and then and you have to let go of this fear of missing the mark, you know, of trying to do something and it not turning out as good as you intended, because that's going to happen a lot, you know. So, but I've always had a quality of optimism that I've always been an optimistic person, to the like detrimental optimism, where it's like almost a little too much. I have to wheel it back a little bit, you know, keep it tamed. So grounded into reality. so it was always easy for me to kind of overcome a lot of obstacles thanks to my severe optimism. Especially when you're in like an ugly phase of a piece and you're working it and it's just not getting where you want it, you know. Gotta have that optimism to get past it. I remember I specifically had commissions. A lot of my earlier commissions, people would ask me for things I've never even done or had no idea how the heck I was going to do it. Not even a little bit. But I still took the work on. So I was like, yeah, sure. We'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. You know, that's that optimism, you know. So, and I kept going. I kept taking this plunge over and over again until I realized, all of a sudden one day you just kind of realize, you know what? It always works out as long as I keep trying, and I do a good job and I try my best. It always happened to work out. So, and so then that, you know, it's, you start to build a confidence in your abilities to just face things you've never faced before, you know. And now it's like I don't think there would be any sort of challenge that would come my way that I would be like, oh nope, I have no idea how the heck I'm going to do that. I think I'm pretty confident in my, like, any project could be presented to me and I can at least have a rough idea of how I'm going to accomplish it now. There's a lot less figuring it out. A lot of the groundwork has been laid for, like, how do we accomplish things, you know? But there's always these small little nuances or details or it's like less of the bigger structure and picture and more of these smaller things that are now become like the challenge. So how do we sharpen and refine the things we already know how to do, or how do we do something that is a pain in the butt to do and do it so it's not a pain in the butt, or make the processes that we're doing already easier or better, by changing the order in which we do them, or the tools or the materials or whatever. Yeah. So it's a slow refining process of the method. And it's never static. It's never staying the same. It's always changing. So that's why you can look back at a year or two ago, and the things I used then are already different, because I either discover something new, or sometimes there just seems to be a season about it too. Like the way I like to do eyes seems to always change. And it's like, I don't know. I think as like your handling of tools grows, you're able to do things in a harder way, but it's not hard anymore because your handling skills are higher. Where you might try to do something one way and it's very hard and not good to do it until you can sharpen your tool handling skills, and then you can do it that way. So certain methods where they're simple and easy for me to do, but if somebody's new coming into it, might not be simple and easy because they don't have that just to be able to use the tool the right way to do the job. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back. right.
What part did you just finish there, Patricia? Working on the tail? It's a tail lay. Oh, really? How is it different? Is it squishier, or is it like more crumbly or harder to condition?
Interesting. It's harder and more crumbly. Okay. Is it extra firm or is it medium firm? Lighter in color too. That's interesting. Well, I always get mine in larger quantities, so I'm always behind on what the modern or the fresh clay coming off the presses. So maybe I'll see that when I re-up as well. It doesn't say which firmness it is. Oh, okay, it's the living doll stuff. Okay, all right, gotcha. Is it crumbly, and then when you get it conditioned, it's really soft? Because I've definitely noticed that with a lot of colored clays. So it's important to know that if you use soft, medium firm, or extra firm, that the flexibility, the durability factor after it's been cured is exactly the same. That there's no difference. So really, it's a matter of what's easier to sculpt with. Actually, right now I'm actually using soft. This is some soft right here. This stuff's really squishy. Yes. So the firmness is only how firm it is when you're actually squishing it, when you're sculpting with it. So I always recommend to people to get extra firm and then work your way from there, because extra firm, it gives you more control because the clay is harder to push and move. That means it's easier for you to do details, easier to be a little bit more heavy-handed and clumsy and not actually mess it up. The softer the clay gets, the less clumsy you can be, and the more it will like stretch. Also, the stickier. The softer it is, the stickier it is. So that's why soft is really nice for certain things, because of the stickiness and because of the stretchiness. So like right now I'm using it to just sculpt the fur up here, which is fine. It's fine to use it for that. It's also really nice for filling in if you do these little molds, because it's so soft, you can really kind of pack it in there without needing to use a ton of force. It's like filling these little molds that you can make. I find soft to be a good one to use. Actually, let's get this going here real quick. Yeah, sure. Manipulate is just like just a word, just another word for sculpting it. To cause the material to form to your will. Squish. Go this way, go that way. The firmer the clay is, the harder it is to manipulate or to push. Sorry, speak text, delete everything last minute. So I guess extra firm is like most pottery clay in terms of how hard it is to make. No. Extra firm is firmer than pottery clay. The soft is probably close. This is probably close to pottery clay. Pottery clay is actually a very soft material to work with. Controlling a lot. No, it's the endless quest to try to be controlling. And ultimately failing over and over again, but getting a little bit better at it each time. Master manipulators of clay. Better watch out if your name is Clayton there. You can, yeah, you can start with medium firm. I mean, I use medium firm and extra firm and soft. Yeah, sure. Bend to my will, Clayton. Feel the pressure of my thumbs on your soul. You can't condition this clay. You will be conditioned. You will be smushed into form. And there's nothing you can do about it. You will bend to my will. Suddenly I embrace the contrast. You will. Oh, you will. In due time. The sculptor must be more patient than the clay. I do, actually. Would you like some? Very good, very good. I found there's a cayenne pepper flavored kombucha. That's one of my favorites. It's cayenne pepper and ginger. I like a little spicy drink. It's not like super it's just like a little subtle bit of cayenne, but yeah. Cayenne pepper is great for the circulatory system. Great for circulation. Let's see if we can get in here. What? Oh, I want to see that. No way. Oh, there's one for $625 on eBay. I think I found it. So, remastered. It doesn't even look as good. Alright. I should pull out the original so you guys can see. Let's take a look here. Oh, $2.2 million? Dang. Hey, I'll sculpt a medieval spawn. Jeez. Not bad. Classic blue medieval spawn, $58. Prototype, $58. Okay. Autographed, 110. Standard 3-pack, 210. Oh, nice. Premium 3-pack. Huge. Oh, okay. That's. Yeah, I don't know. I can honestly say. Okay, let me see here. Why is this video so tiny? What the heck? Can you guys hear that? Nice box, though. I mean, that does look pretty cool. I'm not sure if I dig the superhero color scheme though.
For people wanting to customize, I decided later that people didn't want to customize, so we upgraded it. So now the gray one now is a silver one. Here's detail on it.
Okay.
right?
Good detail.
This is what the silver looks like, blue.
It's also a black one. Wait, so okay.
Them,
I like
them,
I like that one better.
32 points of articulation and detail, but each was also coming standard
Mm.
with a sword, a shield, and a base, which will have the Medieval Spawn logo on there. Another upgrade.
That base is way simpler. I'm telling you, the one I had has like
And over the course of the
skulls and
I
rocks
have
and
added
ooh,
this many pieces to it.
accessories.
Something with an autograph. But you're gonna get weapons galore. You're gonna get extra heads. You're gonna get magnetic pieces. There's a chest piece. It's got upside down here so you can get a better look at it.
Ooh.
You get head pieces looking good. You have the mace, extra hands, extra magnetic pieces.
Yeah, this is the same level of detail his old stuff used to be too.
That will be coming just with one figure, one single figure. If you happen to buy a 3-pack, then this is what you will get. These 3 figures, all those parts which only go to one figure, and you're going to get the pieces for the silver, and you're going to get the pieces for the black one.
All right.
Again, some of these are unpainted because I don't have 3 sets of it, because I want to show you that not only do you get that shiny box, but you get the big box here, and if you open it, this is what your project will look like, each one of them. So we have all the bonus pieces that are in here. There will be stuff,
Pretty cool.
these holes in here. The big sword is the only piece that will come.
All right, that's enough. All right, let me go grab old Medieval Spawn. Show you. I still like the old one better. Now where did I put it? That is the question. Probably stuffed in the closet somewhere. Actually, I think I know where he is. Probably in that box right there. I actually forgot I have Pirate Spawn too. I don't have his hook hand. Of course, there's all pieces missing, but this is actually, let's see. There's Pirate Spawn, super articulatable. Really, really detailed pieces, man. This is what made me, when I heard about cosplay, want cosplay, because these always had these like flexible bits like this. And I always wanted to sculpt stuff like that, but never had the material to do it. Yeah, he has a bunch of stuff missing, but yeah, I mean, I always love looking at these. The detail of these are so beyond their time. It's just crazy. You never find toys like this. I always look at like toy aisles and stuff, and like I look at it and it's just junk, man. Even at like little pieces of chain and mixed media and the belts and all that stuff. It's all layered on, It's not like all one piece. And then Medieval Spawn, I'm missing his sword and his mask, but yeah, here's Here's old school medieval Spawn. He had this big, huge rubber cape. Look at the cloth folds on that thing. And then he held his sword like this. And then, he had his mask fit. He had a mask that fit right on his face and like kind of socketed into his mouth. But I think this one is way cooler than that one. And then look at the base for that one. I still have the base. That was the base. So I think he went something like, I think it was something like this. Yeah. Does it even have the date on there? 2000, Todd McFarlane. Made in China. China! Everything's made in China. And then I have a bunch of other ones, but this one is pretty cool. I just grabbed a few of them. This is the Chinese dragon, or like samurai dragon style. Like, look at these, like all these like neck plates are all like rubber and attached on there. It's like just so cool, man. I used to love getting new ones of these. The amount of details all over them, and like look at this like knee pad that's like a bird's mouth. You can tell they just had so much fun with the designing because there's a lot of asymmetry. Really cool. I still get inspiration from looking at these like different ideas for. That's actually where I used to think of like how they made these like little rivets and stuff like that, and that's why I actually reverse engineered how they did that by figuring out they used some sort of circle tool, like a little like pen or something to actually, make those little rivets. And then this one's a little bit crazy one. This is a alien Spawn. And he's made out of a translucent material, so it's actually, what's that arm's like, put your arm down. Yeah, they were. You couldn't get the quality like this today, and for the price, it wasn't like they're stupid expensive, like these. Lots of articulation, that's for sure. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? And there was other characters that weren't even part. Like it's not even like Spawn. It's not even like from like the Spawn universe. Just random cool monster characters. $13 is that how much they used to cost? Oh my goodness, isn't that crazy? Yeah, you couldn't find anything like this for $13 nowadays. Yeah, probably because like I said, I was collecting them when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12, that age. Or how old was I in 2000? It was 25 years ago. Yeah, I was like 10. 11 years old. But yeah, that medieval Spawn is way cooler than the new one. I have to say. IMO, in my opinion. I'm so glad I kept this little box of them. There's definitely some ones in here that are pretty rough. Oh, this one's worth showing too. Always forget about this guy. This is like a, the clown from the Spawn. Now this is like a super creepy Hannibal Lecter clown. The detail on it's just absolutely insane, though. Yeah, and he used to have a little hand cart that you could wheel him in on, and then like a mask that would go over his face, you know. Yeah, I think this one's details even more because there's no articulation, so they just straight up like detailed the heck out of it. Look at that, even like the little claw marks on his little thigh there from grabbing. I always looked up to the, I still do, as like that's what I want my work to be like, you know. Definitely inspired my higher sense of detail, so. Yeah, thankfully I didn't take very good care of them, so I would never sell them because they're not really worth much. If they're like pristine still in the box, then I probably would have been tempted to sell them at some point. But these are just rolling around in an old dusty box. Therefore I shall keep them forever. All right. Sold immediately when you put them on eBay. I give you $3. Yeah, I wonder how. Let's see. I'm curious how like the resale value of that stuff. I mean, here's one for. Oh, there's some pretty expensive ones. Custom Todd McFarlane Curse of Spawn statue now, so. That was the era. That was probably the pinnacle of the era of action figures, I would say. That around that 2000s era. You know, back when Toys R Us was still around and oh, here's some that are still in the box. Oh man. The Samurai Wars. Rare 2001 McFarlane Dark Ages Spawn. Oh, there's an Etsy. This one's on Etsy. $112. Still in the box. Oh man, I never had that one. There was so many. There was like absolutely so many of those things. There's probably enough of them in production, though, that there's still the value isn't like super super crazy. Not yet. Need another 50 years probably. If there's even still I mean, do we think the next generation will be into like collecting things like the physical world generation is? The youngsters of today, you think they'll be interested in having collectibles? I feel like that whole landscape has like gone through a major shift. That pre-internet, post-internet generations.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're getting closer, so I'm excited for seeing this through. Okay. Next, let's see. I have a list. Belts on the collar, on the arm. Okay, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I guess we could do the belts on the collar next. I think I'll use some extra firm though. I need to get some. Oops. Ah, yes. Crack open some of the Kickstarter batch. It's like that really expensive bottle of wine that they like only sell a glass of per year, maybe. No. This Sunday, I imagine I don't think I'll get everything done, so it'll probably be homework this Sunday. A lot of homework to do. Right. Oh, what's thickness we do here? Probably like a 5. We have to get the painting on the robot done and the base fully sculpted. Then we could do the second painting class, which will go over everything else. Probably even a little bit thinner. And then after that, we do the last class, which will be the mixed media class. That'll be the final one. Wait, I did do a little bit of painting on the robot, I think yesterday. A little bit. Okay, we need to do some belts on the collar. Pretty thin. Maybe like this. Okay. Pinched should be okay though. Move this over here. I don't know. Underneath yours, like on the bottom side where clay kind of got stuck on the bottom. Okay. Bottom part of the rollers. Yeah, no, I never do that. I don't. Well, I also had issues where if I open a pasta machine up, it like basically just like never kind of goes back together the same way. So I don't want to. If it's not broken, don't fix it type of mentality, I guess. Okay, so the guy's gears are nice and marinated.
Done, brave hero. Your labor has borne fruit. Enjoy these goods as a reward for your
Keep on
dedication.
keeping on, know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying. Scorpio said, thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. All right, fresh batch of wisdoms. Okay. Let's see what we got here for you. Refined unicorn horn. Thanks for your support there, Mr. Seb.
The strength of
Hey.
the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls,
Hello,
but
hello.
in our people. March to war.
Some eggs, cracking some eggs over here, huh? Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate that, crack eggs. Welcome, everybody. How goes the chicken action today? We get that conveyor belt fixed? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're working on kind of finishing touches here on this sculpture. We got a few little things here and there we got to sculpt yet. So that's what we're working on. Get her in the oven before we do the base. So, but welcome on in. I appreciate it. You be plowing the snow, yeah? Okay, let's see what we got for you, Mr. Seb. Guard your steps for even soft... Oh. Guard your steps for even soft lies can lead you into deep forests. Yes. That is a good one. Pew pew, we raided you. Yes, you did. What's up, Yankee? How you doing? Finding yourself in some deep forests lately, Scorpio said. Foot to a foot and a half of snow today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, winter finally returned here. We've been having some crazy like windstorm weather. Wind and snow and cold. It hath returned. Okay. Dude plowed for like 12 hours. Who, crack eggs did? Just plowing snow all day? Nice. I bet you sleep really good at night there, crack eggs. Nice full work days. Feels nice. Gotta do the belts on this arm here too. Okay, let's cut another belt strip for the arm here. Give me a hard time here. All right. It's fighting me. You want to fight? Hold on 1 second here. Get my chair lifted. Ah, that's better. Oh, yeah? Nah, the buckles don't take too long to do by hand. This stuff's too soft. That's those small things I always talk about, though, that just those small little skill ups that you gain over time, that not having to do those tasks over and over again, or just being able to do them quickly without it fighting you. Final Fantasy design. Yeah, I could see some Final Fantasy inspiration in this this character's design. It's made out of, I think it's just like tungsten. It's expensive stuff. I think my wedding band cost like $15. The first versions of our wedding rings are actually made out of wood. How's titanium? I mean, my wedding ring, it's pretty loose. Definitely just tight enough. Silicone wedding band. That's interesting.
bone, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't wear anything fragile. I'm definitely way too... I would probably break it in no time. I didn't want anything super valuable either because I wanted it to only be worth something to me and no one else. Like, hey, buddy, take whatever you want, but I'm telling you, that ring's only gonna cost like $15 brand new. You probably don't want that. Tracker and a microphone. The Mrs. Intuition is a little too good, huh? Yeah, it's been that way from the beginning for us, Deagle. I'm very happy to have a wife that sees eye to eye with me on that stuff. We didn't spend. We got married in a courtroom, just me and her. Cost I think like $15 for the paperwork. Couple $15 rings. Modern Braveheart style wedding. Just a piece of cloth wrapped around my hand. Yeah, that's nice. Neither of us were interested in the big things, but We promised an inexpensive one and sort of backed our way into the mid-range one. You have to deal with pressures from family and all that stuff. So it's very easy to find yourself in that. Also, some sales action going on, I think we'll do something bigger and nicer for our 10-year anniversary. Do like a vow renewing ceremony of some sort, but still nothing too crazy. Just like close people, Very similar, Clayton. Yeah. Very similar how we did it. Oh, yeah, man. It's just crazy to me to think, it's just, I don't know. I'm not knocking it for people that want that kind of stuff, but wouldn't it be better to take the money from that and just put it towards like a house or something? Like things you need. That's just how I view it. And that's the reality. I mean, I'm coming from a position of not even, I wouldn't have had the option to do anything big. But even if I did, I still wouldn't want it, I think. But I know I can be very simple with that stuff. Doesn't take a lot. I'm a very simple man. I don't need much to be content. Didn't last more than a year, if that. Yeah, it's crazy. That's nuts, man. Yeah. It's a bummer. It's honestly, it's just I don't know. The waters have been muddied, that's for sure. If you're not 100% certain about marrying somebody, then you probably shouldn't. I know for a fact both me and the missus knew. We just knew it 100%. Not a single doubt in our mind. Very early, too, I would say. Pretty early. I knew before her. But yeah. 110% for married. Yeah, you should be. I think so. But I'm sure everyone's got a different story with stuff like that. I'm sure there's people out there that weren't 110% and, got there eventually. So. Yeah, that's true, Clayton. Yeah. We had everything. Me and Ina had everything in the world stacked up against us for us to come together. We had a whole ocean between us. I'm very glad I have. Those are the times where I'm very happy to have my problem of severe optimism. I was very optimistic we could figure it out and make it work. It's the same mentality that even led me to doing what I'm doing right now for a living. It's just you have to believe something can work. There has to be a belief that it can work out. Otherwise, it's already doomed from the start. Just because you believe something will work out doesn't mean that it will, but it certainly can't without that belief. All right, so we got belts here. Where else do we have belts? Oh, we have to do the clasps here. Pss. 75%, right? Nuclear. Oh, wow, yeah. That's crazy, Captain. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, no. Well, you change. You have to be willing to change for the other person just as much as they're willing to change for you. When the pieces are in place just right, it can be one of the most amazing things because your partner is like a mirror that really shows you your flaws, your positive qualities, but also your negative qualities, and yeah, and if you're open to it, that can just sharpen you. It can just improve you. Yeah. And that has to be the foundation that bringing a child into this world is founded on for them to get through their childhood and not be like all messed up. Yeah, it's that realization that nobody's perfect, and that we have to make it through childhood unscathed. That doesn't happen, but at least relatively unscathed.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Hey, Ginkgo. Hello, Ginkgo. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Without deliberate damage, as I mean, yeah, I mean, mom and a dad not being one is definitely damaging. I don't think there's any debate about that. All right, Ginkgo. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Okay, we have to make a little buckle here. Oh, drop it on the ground. Yeah, oops. High and by. That's right. Man, what a complex thing that is, doesn't it? Like two people coming together to become of one mind, you know, it's just it's a complicated thing. Yeah, right. All right, let's see here. You know what? I wonder if I should make these on a separate piece of wood here. It'd probably be better. Let's make these separate. Oh. Circuit breaker, sorry. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. The missus forgot that she can't plug in her heater when mine's running. Okay. Oh yeah, we have to make another buckle. Yeah, it's those space heaters draw a lot of power. So that particular where I have mine plugged in and where she was plugging hers in is the same hook linked to the same breaker. So that's why this camera here is on the breaker and some of the lights, but my computer and the other lights are hooked onto a different. That's why the stream didn't go down. That would have been a bummer. Okay, that's one. I gotta fix this one. This is. Okay, let's make another one of these. Oh yeah, yeah. My where my workshop's located in the house, it doesn't get a lot of airflow. So other parts of the house heat up, and then the thermostat's like, "All right, we're good," but it's still cold in here. I've just been suffering in the coldness, and then I remembered we had got 2 space heaters. Safa. I don't know. Some about wrapping myself with electrical wiring to heat myself. I don't know. I just don't. Never really felt good about that idea. Let me just wrap these little heated cables around me and stuff it inside of a blanket. Although I'm sure it's very nice. Oh yeah, is that professional sub advice? I mean, I could definitely see the missus really liking that. Not gonna lie, she's always cold. Many points, huh? Hmm. Let's put a little bit of clay glue on there. A heated vest. No, usually I'm pretty I run pretty hot. That would be overkill, I'm sure, for me. Just run some leads from the shirt cam. All right, let's do there's like little rivets here and the belts here. And then I think we'll bake it again, and then we'll do the heels and cleaning up of these in another layer. Oh, and the shoulder pads. These are like it's like a super tiny little rivet. Caught it. This one's a little bit too big. It can, but I put this clay glue down that makes the clay stick. So that's why it sticks so nicely there. That's this stuff right here. All right, and we're gonna do the belts that are hanging from here as well. And we will have to do another layer. It's about this long. Way past, that's right.
Okay, so these, let's see how long this is supposed to be. Probably like this. I somehow figure out a way to hold it in position so some sort of support system. Just bake it like this. So anything that sucks about this extra firm stuff is it doesn't like to stick. Ooh. Yeah, don't do that. I highly recommend you don't do that, Death by Cow. Have you tried not to do that before? If I was you, I would quit while you're ahead here with the finger slicing. That's just me, though.
Thespius. Hello, Thespius. All right. Let's go ahead and bake it, and then we'll have to do the shoulder things. Finishing up the belt wrap on these clasps. And the heels in a separate layer. Isn't there a waist belt on her jacket too? No, it's just this one, this belt here. I guess technically that is the waist belt, even though it's at thigh level. Let me check my list. Belts on the collar, got it. Oh, there's a pin on the collar. We'll have to do that. Metal plates on the shoulders. Right arm belts, got that. Hip rivets, got that. Jacket straps, got that. So it's heels, metal plates on the top of the shoulders, and the pin that need to be done in the next layer. But we'll bake it. We'll bake it and lock all that stuff in there. And then, yeah, we'll just, I think next week we'll be doing those last bits and then also doing the base for this. So we'll probably make it so she's detachable from her base, and we'll sculpt the base and get this pushed to the painting phase. Not bad. All right. I will paint. I'm going to do airbrushing on this, so I'll probably do that part on stream. And then the missus will take it over probably after the airbrushing step. I imagine so. So there'll be a big portion of it done on stream, but then the finishing touches and the final push will be done by her. So, but why airbrush? Well, she's got kind of like I said, she's an anime styled character, so she's got a lot of these like really smooth, subtle transitions with color, which will be done a lot easier with the airbrush, especially with the tail being like an animal tail and the hair, and really even her clothing, to be honest. Yeah. So airbrush will it'll just make easy work of those jobs. So okay, well, I'll go ahead and get this in the oven, and I'm gonna get on out of here, folks. Thank you all very much for joining me today. I will be on tomorrow, and we'll be working on the chess set. So we started the rook, I think, last week. Yeah, we'll finish off the dragon, and then we'll continue working on the rook chess piece, and maybe start another one after that. So, yeah, that's on the agenda tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening we'll be working on the skeleton pirates, and I'm not sure. We got the pieces we needed, so we can wire in the captain into the lights and get the light fixtures all finalized. And then we can probably set up to do that resin pour that I want to do to kind of unite the water with the base permanently. Then I think that one's just ready for its kind of final paint touch-ups and stuff like that. And then that's done. Really not a whole lot left there. And then, yeah. We'll carry on. And then we'll be able to start Mr. Deagle's piece after we get that out of the way. Let's see here. Let's find someone to raid. We haven't raided. Oh, hey. Doomfruit is on. Let's go raid Doomfruit. Inking Giants, he says. Goblins and ghouls. Let's go see what he's up to. There we go. All right, my friends. Till next time. Bye-bye.